and we're back. I don't know what's going on here, so it may just have been that their network's down and that message that was left right there just seems really ominous. I don't know. I'll play for an hour here and see. Because if I get disconnected at the exact same amount of time, then I'll know that something weird is going on. See, when I announced last time I was streaming the game, that's when all of a sudden I got a copyright claim. And it's funny because I did Act 5 first, and then I did the other 4 acts, and I wasn't quite done the 4th act. And then when I put up the videos on the cutscenes that are in between Act 4 and 5, I split them up. Meanwhile, when I did Act 5 the first time, I left the 2 of them together. And here's where it's kind of silly, okay? Activision Blizzard sent a lawyer and copyright claimed the 2 separated cutscenes, whereas the 2, when they're combined, they didn't copyright claim it, which you know, if you want a better case of somebody that didn't like something I said in a video, that's it right there. And if you're embedding sounds that you have the right to copyright claim into your games, you need to inform us players and gamers and YouTubers and streamers, because then we can all get together and say, we're not going to play this game. We're not going to advertise it for free for you. We're not going to point out little problems or the good things in your games. Okay? And the consequence of that too was that EA did the same kind of sort of silly thing. There was a reprise embedded in one of their older games, and there's nothing you can do about that. Okay, so they get 4 seconds, and I do all this effort and whatnot to do stuff. I just pulled the videos, right? So, long story short, then I went around to every single channel I knew that was a gamer and told them not to stream those games. Okay? And you know, when you have Battle for Middle-earth, this is a real slight at Warner Brothers, okay? And you have a modder who has 19,000 people on his channel, and I'm not using the music, and his response when I got a copyright claim for using his mod with the game was, well, I turned the music off even in the mod because there were some issues there. I'm like, well, why are you using music in a mod that might have copyright problems? That's the first thing I want to say to you. The second thing I got to say to you is I had the music off, and he just went silent. Of course he did. He's making money, right? He's monetized, right? He don't want to get involved. He's one of the guys that doesn't have balls to stand up against people when they're doing bad things. This is why, you know, while I may not agree with that, things that Alex Jones says either, okay? I understand that he has the right to say them, okay? It may sound crazy, okay? In fact, a lot of these people do sound kind of wing-nutty crazy. But you know what? I'd rather them being here on YouTube than wandering off somewhere where it's going to cause issues to, you know, because when people can't speak, that's when they get frustrated, and you're going to get these crazy things happen. Alright? We'll play for an hour, and we'll see. We'll record this, and if it does, then what I'll do is I'll change the title of the video to Network Problem. It would be nice if they changed the wording of that, because it really does sound like somebody on their end physically removing the game. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I'm not even playing with other people. I mean, what the hell, bloody hell, right? You know. I mean, what would it take to get a line of text that says your network is down? The Autobot in charge has removed you from the service. Something that sounds a little less ominous than a physical person has removed me. Yeah, I know I'm doing this the long way to do this, but I wanna be able to.
An interesting opponent.
Looks easy as not. Oh,
You make a fine corpse.
Wow. A little level here. Almost there. Well, the game seems to be running better all of a sudden too. So I'm wondering, you know. And when I went to their website to send them like, I guess when I went to log in, it wouldn't take my email, right? So I went through the process, did that all again, and when I went to their website, it said BattleNet was down. So, okay, maybe. What I think's going on here is I've irked when I was talking in the chat many months ago about when I was doing this streaming thing or recording, right? Right at the end of the credits, I kind of made a half joke. I went, you know, this can't be just the people that made the Diablo 3 game, because if you have 5,000 people, I let the credits run for 20 minutes of the video, just on the credits. And I just kind of half jokingly said, I wonder how many of these people are useless, which is kind of a harsh thing to say. I don't mean it that way. Because unlike most of the people that actually play games, I actually have a good idea of what's required to actually make a video game. I just don't have the hardware to actually do it in a timely enough fashion that I want to get at it. And I know I've been saying this for months, but every time I turn around to save up some money, something's
I will forever live in anguish
with me.
for my last attempt to honor my
roommate,
king.
just to give you guys
As
an
we lay
idea,
him to rest in his burial chamber,
he cost me
he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon.
He cost me $1,700. I'm on disability, everybody. I don't have tons of money. If I didn't know how the system worked, I'd be living on a street right now, thanks to that moron. I mean, the guy brought bed bugs in here. It took forever to get rid of them. Thank God, haven't seen any of that. Like, think about how little you're gonna sleep with things like that crawling around, and your computers and everything else. Okay, I mean, I don't need to go into what's going on in my life, do I? I like my privacy, okay? But sometimes it's got to get said. Everything at once, right? Most people would crack. They wouldn't handle it. They would go crazy or whatever, you know? I roll with the punches. I know that this is the way they are, and I just kind of, you know, calmly just go about my business. And for months, okay, for years even, people see this nickname I have, and they make wild ideas, I guess, about what race I am, what religion I have, and everything else, right? Oh, there's a goblin. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. I mean, I was invited one time to a website, right? Turns out it was some kind of radical Arab website. I was getting tempted to call the FBI, RCMP, every three-letter organization about these people. When they found out I was a white guy, whew, banned. And the first game I ever had, okay, that I bought was called Gorf in 1983. In 1982, when I got the Commodore VIC-20, there were no games for it. I had to make all my games, okay? So, when people, you know, when they try to question, you know, where you're coming at and things and stuff, be careful what you wish for, you know, is what I also say, okay? Because there is a small group of people, all they want to do is you know, shill for whatever company, complain and everything else. And it's easy to see what company, you know, you're shilling for, okay? If you were to look at Microsoft right now, how many people from India work at Microsoft are of Indian descent? Quite a few. So when you have a discussion about this Game Pass, which I have Windows 7. I am not using Windows 10 because it's a phone operating system. Okay? That's why there's so much telemetry and spying and everything. It's because it's meant to do that. All the technology to do with phones for the last 30 years is all about spying. Okay? I don't understand that, but anyway. So this little rant of things is just me kind of getting it all out here, and saying things, and, you know, I get it, guys. We all want something cheaper. We
And
want
now I
a
wander,
decent game. We don't
cursed
want
by my once
microtransactions.
beloved king.
I want to
Evil
upfront
gnaws
pay.
at my bones, and I cannot.
I want to upfront pay, and that's it. You know, if it's a multiplayer game, then seriously, if it's good enough, I'll give you $5 a month to play it. Okay? And if you had everybody else do that, you wouldn't need 100 people to give you $10,000 worth of microtransactions. Okay? And it all comes back to a guy was telling me about how Verizon is using about 100 or 200 patents from this Huawei phone company, and it shows how behind in technology that the Americans are. And this is exactly the same problem. Okay, it's that what you're doing is you're going for short-term, you know, quick gains for your shareholders, and it's a problem with that. Okay, that setup. I'm not saying I like communism or socialism or any of that. I like capitalism, but I don't think it should hurt or harm anybody in making a buck. And just, you know, if you're really upset at all the games and how they're doing, go get the Unreal Engine. Okay?
Maintain your incantations.
I'll help you. I know lots of other people that would too. I'm not going to sit here and require $1,000 from you.
Now,
If your game makes money, buy me a new graphics card. That kind of thing, you know? It's cheap, okay? I just want everyone to have a good time and get along, but sometimes it requires somebody to put a foot down and say, that's it, enough, you know? Because it's just bloody stupid, some of this stuff that I hear. Okay? If anybody thinks that Microsoft's goal is in giving you a Game Pass that has a ton of old games and a few titles that they're going to do up, is going to make you happy in the long term, you're joking, because there's no developer that's going to work for nothing. Okay? So what titles are you going to see from something like that can't make any money? It can't make money. Alright? And I said it. It's against God.
who are you?
Okay?
You will know soon enough.
And when
Help
they
me find my gear.
Shove them out
I
of
will
the
reward
tree,
you well.
Then what?
Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I must slay the Skeleton King.
Then our aims align.
I just want to play some games and enjoy myself without all the controversy and politics and everything else. But yet, you know, I'm one of the few people that it doesn't matter if I get monetized or whatever, okay?
The cultists
I would
dragged me
like to
past
get
this
monetized.
glowing
I would
pit.
like to be able to
What
do
made
this
it?
and
I will know soon.
and say to the taxpayers, you know, that help me on disability here that get by, that I don't need you. You know, I'd like to be able to do things where I don't need that help. Okay? I'm not a lazy prick, in other words, right? And if I would, you know, on one day I'm going to go through my browsers and show you the bookmarks that I have, and you'll see the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tutorials that I've been looking at, going through and testing stuff out and trying stuff.
Down this way.
There are my weapons.
He's free! Do not let him rearm! I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order.
think I
If
got
it is
30
the
games
Skeleton
on
King you
Steam,
seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
If you insist.
And most of those that I got there were from, Twitch users that were, reaching milestones and having little contests, and I just got real lucky at that, Seems to be running okay now. I don't know, man. It was like about the 1 hour mark. I got to 57 minutes and I went, boop. See, this is the thing, right? This is why, and if it is a network issue, this is exactly why you do not want a single player game, okay, to have to be online, okay?
This will be a challenge.
Here we go. Get out of that. This runs out. Come on. There is that.
My essence is too low.
Anyway. So like the next thing I'm going to do after this is I'm going to bring up the Unreal Engine's little demo thing for this kind of stuff. Just so I can show you that what I could be doing, if I can afford to, really. While I could be doing stuff when it takes about 2.5 hours to render something. Okay, here's the disadvantage I'm at. I'm literally 5 to 6 times slower at doing anything, even if I'm a pro at doing it. Okay? And it's just because of hardware. Okay? So I'm not asking for anybody to do anything either. I don't want your money. I don't want nothing from nobody other than, just stick around and enjoy yourselves. If anybody ever has a game or something they want to have seen, let me know and I'll see if I can afford to buy it. And I'll put it on a list and get to it. Let's see if I don't like it, then I won't play it, Like I'll tell you that. I'm not enjoying
Black magic bars our way,
what I
but
don't
the will
like
of a
is I do
Templar
like
is
about it.
stronger.
See, like a lot of players, they sit in genres and they get pigeonholed into a certain type of game. I play all kinds of games, all kinds of different ones. Oh yeah, John Dar was up over here. Oh no, he's down there.
You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this?
Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be forgiven.
Bonk. Over the head.
Thank you for your aid. I will go. If we find the sacred tome,
Do as you please.
then onwards we go. It is good to fight with you again. A useful skill. A worthy choice. That will serve me well.
Let's have a look at my weaponry here. A whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, I'll take that definitely. Gonna have to get some yellow items so I can manufacture some stuff too. don't need a weapon. Oh, a ring. There we go. Yeah.
Are you ever afraid in battle?
Emotion weighs little on the priests of Ravna.
Like I'll say
We
this
are
about
both blessed
Activision
then.
there. At least
My
they didn't
faith
do a
armors me
pull a
against
copyright
fear.
strike on me or something like that. That would have been real heavy-handed. They did the. If there is something in that cutscene that would get a lawyer on you, you need to tell people that in the game. Even Paradox, which is like one of the greedier DLC companies, actually came out with a DLC that told people that the music that comes along with it, you can't use it because blah 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 blah. That's what we need to see in these games from developers, okay? So that peace can be had in the land and everybody can just get into playing games rather than having controversies. Like, that's an easy thing to do. Just a little bit of text saying, if you use this game at a streaming service, done. And then you're not going to have anyone get upset at you. I mean, what do you think my friends thought about when people were doing that? Anyway, after after an hour goes by, I'll go into the area where you can actually play with other players. See if that shows you in the chat. You know. Oh, and by the way, just for those people that were going on about Epic exclusives, it's exclusive to their client, okay? Which means they're doing proper business, capitalism, okay? They got the money. They're bringing stuff to their client. My PC can still play those games. Their store is where you should be harping at, okay? Get the features in there. There's no excuse for it in today's day and age not to have a lot of these things, like a basket. What I've told other people is, if you go and get the Unreal Engine, you can put 10 things in a basket and check out. Why can't you do that if you have a sale on it and get 3 or 4 games? Right? Why can't you do that? You got to do it one at a time? That's kind of silly. That's just a little thing, though. These are just what it is quality of life. It's not so much as if it's a terrible story, as these people are used to Steam features, and Steam's rolling out more and more and more and more. And it, you know, I mean, the deal Epic gives you is just incredible. I mean, that's awful sweet. I mean, even if I, you know, if I was a regular gamer and I had some friends that were actually into, you know, doing some graphics and different things, I'd be saying, hey guys, why don't we get together and we'll put a little small pool of money to buy a few little assets and things off the store to get us going. We'll get someone creating some meshes and stuff like that. Well, let's make a game. Let's do it. Why not? I mean, the first $3,000 you make every 3 months is yours. That's $12,000, right? So anyway, yeah. Playing this game is because when I hurt my back at work, I was bedridden pretty much, and I went by. I on the way home I went by. I forget what it was. It wasn't Best Buy. It was another store that's now closed down. But Diablo 2 instructions on the store, so I bought it. Right.
Not even
I had
a
a $30
sweat.
an hour job. Like, what the heck, right? You know. And so I started playing around. That kept me from going insane. You know. Like, this is part of the thing where, you know, you had Linda Carter fill out Ubisoft, you know, saying, you know, they get it. They want to make games not everybody's, you know, capable or wanting to play the multiplayer. That's why this genre is
An
fun.
incredible feat.
You get the sense of pride and accomplishment. Right? Now, mind you, the end game is kind of fun. I like the way they do those little missions and you get extra stuff like that. People will be saying, well, why aren't you playing Path of Exile? Well, I'll tell you. I don't know what it is, but the view that it has, I don't like
Weakness
it. For some reason,
consumes
it's
you.
in my head. And the biggest issue I have is with inventory space. I constantly run out and then having to look at actually paying more inventory. Yeah, I know it's free to play, blah 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 blah, but look what other
The
genres
light grows
have
stronger
done, or
within
other
you.
games have done. Okay, you get to a certain level in the game, Grim Dawn, just when you're actually needing more space, gives you this bag to use, right? Diablo 3, you can put it in your chest, and you got all kinds of extra storage space. Okay, like this is part of the. What are you trying to sell? Because, you know, because if it's something to make my game less frustrating, you've failed. Never put your user in the frustration zone, and then have them say, "Well, I need to get this." I just stopped playing most games like that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why I also am late to getting season 17. I was just really angry about
I tried to count how many we've killed, but I've lost track.
what happened there, and it just was so ridiculous. I mean, I even got to talking with Angry Joe about it. He was going to this Google conference to get, you know, some kind of thing where Google's going to be trying to set up a system where if they claim 4 seconds of a video, that's all the money that they will get is 4 seconds worth. Even if it's a 30-minute video, you ratio that out, so it'd be like a millionth of a tenth of a cent. You know, go ahead and send your $500 an hour lawyers around. You know, what I think that the compromise there would be is that if you continue to do things like that have 4 seconds here, 4 seconds there, you do something like 5 or 6 of those, right? It should be a copyright strike because, you know, you're being told that that game has issues or this or that, and that and you are whatever content you're doing. Okay, that would be my suggestion on how to implement a system like that that's fair to both sides. Okay, because there's nothing worse than them saying, "Well, these people are just ripping us off." And, you know, I've paid for the game. I'm showing people how to game works. I also just like playing the games, okay? I don't care about making money, you know? Like, that's part of the like, you don't hear me going like and subscribe and all that other jazz either because of that, you know? I'm just here to have some fun. Anyone else that wants to have some fun, right on. Sooner or later, maybe when I get a game demo out, I'll put it up on Google Docs, and you can all try it out. See, you know, give me some feedback on what you think. Then when I want to make money, I'll go with it. Go wherever. Now, if Epic were to come to me and say, "Okay, we'll give you an extra, you know, double the amount you can make if you go to our store versus Steam," you know, I'm gonna go there. You know. 250 million Fortnite players, right? Or so, 350 million. I mean, there's enough people to go around. I got it. I got Elder Scrolls, which means I got the Bethesda thing. I got Uplay. You know, it's like I'm almost gonna need a section for just clients. All right, that's okay. No big deal. I'm actually stoked though that they're actually doing well. Glad to hear that. Right there, right? What are you doing for loot? Getting there, right? Excuse me. Yeah, there we are. In here. Oh yeah, we were already in here.
I need essence. You will make a fine corpse.
This guy with the that appears here, this dude, he just kills
I
people
could do
hard.
that again.
That's great. Got that with the axe. Yeah, it's pretty rare you get relics this early. I'm gonna go up here. No. So anyway, I just wanted to. I'll change the title, I guess, on my my video. I guess say it's just network error, but I would suggest to Activision Blizzard that they should change that error because it certainly, if it's an
Not
automated
enough
process,
essence.
say it like something automated, kicking from the server because you're not that's too freaky. Like people, there's probably other people out there going, "What did I do? Did I log back into the game? Did I do something wrong?" You know? It's just so not cool. It's actually freaky. I'm thinking, maybe they put me on some flashlight, because it's this little thing that, do this to me.
Weakness consumes you.
Or it's some specific admin that has something against me or something, right? Oh boy. Here we go. This game makes my fingers hurt. I'm constantly wailing away on my mouse. Come on, get in there. Anyway, I'm gonna put down to paper the idea I have for a video game, and if I can ever manage to bring it to fruition, it'll be very, very interesting. Might not exactly be a cheap thing to make either. In here? No, it's over here. One of these places I can get in. Oh, maybe not. Got up. Come on.
The grave beckons.
Whee. saw that the record was 40 hours straight. If I wanted to, when I was doing these videos before, I could have done all that in one day. Probably done like 40 hours. I've played some games in the past for 3 days straight. Okay, let's have a look at where I want to go here in the map. I'm thinking down here somewhere. Oh, in the middle there. Okay, where am I? Okay, this way. Anyway, seems to be working and fine, and you know, at least for now, anyway.
How are criminals treated in your land?
And he doesn't answer him.
It grieves me to hear that.
How are criminals treated in our land? Well, some days barely, some days not. Here we go. You gotta wonder, right? Wasn't syncing right or something. Maybe. And the other thing, you know, I haven't played it too, so I was thinking updates and stuff, right? It wanted to download files, and then it would just die, right? And so I got thinking, well, okay, maybe I'll change the password.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
We have just arrived in Tristram, and I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery, hardly fit for the king of Condorus. I cannot fathom why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn!
My power has grown.
Yeah. Don't open that door on me now, buddy. Until I do this. Safe in blood. Okay, sounds good. Come on.
Holy onslaught!
Did I ask you to open the door? No. Of course not. This is one that I'll keep because you can get a passive on it called Devouring Aura. always feel lag in a single player game. Go boys, come on. All around. Why didn't you attack that? Oh my god. See, watch. That up. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Don't waste any more time. I'll go beat up the king here. Blah, blah, blah.
You will never defeat me!
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
Uh-oh. No, stand there. See, it's gonna run it on me.
I need essence.
The Shakarum high priests in Kurast proclaimed Leoric king of Honduras many years ago.
There is no
He
room.
ruled well until Diablo's influence drove him mad, and the loyal knight Lac Danan was forced to slay him. Afterward, Diablo himself raised Leoric from the dead as the Skeleton King, until the monarch's son, Aiden, vanquished him.
I need to go back.
After King Leoric went mad...
Got a right good bunch of things for you this fine day.
Oops. Whoa, 88% damage, but it's two-handed. Take you up here for now. Okay, I'll salvage everything else.
From the east shall come a monarch whose rule begins in blood.
Oops. There's two things I gotta put on. Wrong. Okay. Okay. What was that? Oh, never mind. Okay, we'll take that. Do that. And let me see here. What do I want to do? What level is that? 19? That's level 16. It's not bad. 17, which I am. We'll do that. Nice. Okay. Now, as I said, it seems to be fine, so I don't know what happened there. We'll chalk that one up to having not played in a while, and maybe they have, maybe this is a good layer of security, because it makes sure that the person who's playing the video game is actually the person who bought it. I don't know. I think the best security for all the games, if you go to look at them, is Uplays. It's heavy security, which, cool. Anyway, we'll call that for now, and then I'll put this video up, and the next time I come back, I'll go into the the end game stuff and just try and play from, say, expert mode instead of hard mode here, and then just keep increasing the difficulty as I get items. Anyway, have a good one, guys, and like I said, keep your stick on the ice and, you know, have fun.